Hello, good morning. My name is Nikki Taylor from Italy Property Consulting and La Dolce Vita Lifestyle magazine. I get asked so many times from various people in my community, how did you come to Italy and how did you start doing what you do, which is I specialise in helping foreign investors purchase their dream home here in Italy. So let's rewind a little bit and I can share my story, and hopefully this might inspire you to take some action into making your own Italian dream a reality. So like many of you, I have always had a major passion for Italy. When I came to Florence for the first time in 2001, I felt instantly drawn to the country. It felt like I had come home, and that to me was a bit strange because I don't have Italian heritage, and you know, my grandfather's Dutch, my grandmother's Polish, I come from Australia, so no connection to Italian heritage whatsoever. But I felt this pull to Italy, and I was living in London at the time. I spent 12 years in London, and during my time in London, I came to Italy 6 or 7 times, and that passion grew and grew. So when I was working in London, I was working, my background was financial planning. And then I moved back to Australia in 2012 and was working in investment banking, and got very, very tired of the corporate world, really long hours, and I went through burnout, which I can sure could resonate with many of you listening. Went through burnout, 12-hour days, and ended up in hospital with severe stomach problems. And that really was my line in the sand moment. I was 33, didn't have a partner, no kids, so I had no ties to Australia, and I didn't feel like Australia was my home anymore after living abroad for so long. Given the fact that I have a UK passport, I had thought to myself, right, I really want to make some positive changes in my life, and I didn't really see myself working in the corporate world anymore, and I knew that if I didn't take action now, I probably never would. And the scariest part for me was to not take action and to just let my life continue as it was. Everything was great on paper, great job, great apartment, great social life, but in my heart, I knew that I was destined for more. And given my passion for Italy, I thought, right, I've got a UK passport, I can live in the EU. I didn't want to move back to the UK, and I decided I gave myself a 12-month window to kind of wind down my life in Sydney and, you know, start to learn a bit of Italian and move over to Italy. And I moved over in December 2014 and immediately started working in real estate. They was a global company looking for someone that spoke English. And in that time, I was living in a town that spoke German and Italian and learning both at the same time, which was a little bit of a challenge. And the fact that they needed someone that spoke English was just perfect for me. And real estate has always been a major passion of mine, and to combine that with my love of Italy was just perfect for me. So fast forward to 2017, I left Bolzano. It's a beautiful town, but it just didn't feel like real Italy to me. And my Italian teacher in Sydney was from Puglia. And I asked her for some advice. I said, I want to move to the south. I want to be by the beach. And she suggested I go to a town called Monopoly. And I will never forget this day when I went to Monopoly for the first time. I had goosebumps, tears came to my eyes, and I immediately felt this really strong connection to Puglia. And I knew that this is where I needed to be. So I started working in real estate in Puglia for a company that needed someone that spoke English. And I was pretty much in charge of dealing with all the client inquiries for English-speaking buyers. And it was during that time that I noticed a theme in all the inquiries. Like, a lot of people had the desire to buy a property in Italy, but they were very afraid because estate agents in Italy have a reputation for being very unethical, very dishonest. Contractors the same, and people were afraid of, you know, investing their money from afar and having it all go wrong. So it was during that time that I set up the very first course and in the country and the industry on buying property in Italy. And within less than 12 hours, every spot on the course had been sold. So I knew that I was onto something. And then COVID hit and no one could travel, but people had this strong desire to buy property in Italy. So I created the very first ever digital property newsletter. It was a newsletter at the time. It's now a magazine called La Dolce Vita on a shoestring. It's now called La Dolce Vita Lifestyle Magazine. And basically I was researching the portals of all the best properties to buy in Italy of various price points, because during that time it was around about the hype of the €1 homes, which I categorically do not believe in at all. And this is the reason why I set up the newsletter, because I wanted to showcase really beautiful properties that were already restored, turnkey, that didn't mean that you had to buy a property in a €1 home area and spend all your money down the drain on an investment of the restoring of this property to turn it into an investment. So things after that started to really take off. I started consulting one-on-one with my clients. I've been featured in Forbes and Entrepreneur magazine for my work, and also had the privilege of being featured various times in House Hunters International, of which was a total dream come true for me. And this is pretty much my business story and how I got started. I've been working in the industry for a decade. My background in banking and finance has really helped me with my clients, because when I work one-on-one with my clients, I really do a lot of fact finding and digging deep as to what it is they're looking for and how I can best support that, and also how I can find a property that's really going to generate a fantastic ROI. So super excited that you've come across this page. Thank you so much for listening to my story. I would really love the opportunity to get to know you guys in this page, in this community. If you feel called to work with me on a one-on-one basis, drop me a DM. I would love to hear from you. I also offer a membership, a monthly membership that I created, which includes my course, my signature course that I created, a video library of all the important information from a legal and a taxation perspective, and every week the Dolce Vita Lifestyle Magazine is delivered as well to your inbox every Friday. Included in that membership, we have 2 Q&A calls a month, one with myself, and this is a great opportunity for those in the membership to ask me their questions, to get tailored advice from myself, to keep on track with their property goals. And it's a really valuable resource. We do that every single month. And the other call we have is through one of my experts in my network. So yesterday we just had a call on interior design. We've had calls on visas, dual citizenship. We do calls on tax, currency, language, cooking, anything that you can think of that's related to buying property in Italy, but also creating your own slice of La Dolce Vita. We got that covered. And this is a passion project really close to my heart, because I know there are so many of you out there that you're maybe at that fork in the road. You might have money to invest and you're thinking about investing in a second home, and you might think about investing in a second home in your own country. But what I would love you to think about it from this perspective is investing in a second home in Italy is giving you back something here. You're investing into a lifestyle, you're investing into a way of life that's going to help you to slow down, to switch off, to recharge those batteries, rejuvenate yourself. I cannot tell you, in the 10 years of living in this country, yes, it's had its ups and downs. Yes, that sometimes I thought, oh my God, what have I done? I must be absolutely crazy. But the rewards have paid off in ways that I could never have imagined. I'm so content, I'm so at peace. And it's something that I never ever experienced in any other country in the world that I've lived in, and I've lived in a few. And I now live in Puglia, in Martina Franca, in my dream home that I totally manifested, using some special techniques that I go through with my clients and with my 2 beautiful boys and my partner, and life is just absolutely fantastic. And I want to help you achieve the same type of feeling that I feel every single day. Super excited to connect. Let's stay in touch. Ciao.